André Øvredal directed one of the best horror films of the last decade with The Autopsy of Jane Doe. So how did he end up making this? It's a scary world out there, and I'm here to walk you through it. My name is Arturo Padilla, and this is Passenger. After witnessing a brutal crash, a young couple discovers that they didn't leave the scene unscathed. A sinister, demonic force is now hunting them, determined to claim their lives. The first category is production. Simply put, does this movie look good? Is it well executed? André Øvredal once again showcases his keen eye for horror. This dude knows what he's doing behind the camera. The scenes are framed nicely, keeping the audience's peripheral vision engaged throughout. The lighting in this movie is awesome. There's one particular scene where he uses the van's hazard lights to accentuate the suspense and the terror on the screen, and it makes for a memorable visual. For production, Passenger gets a perfect 2 out of 2. Øvredal delivers the goods. Next up is story. Does this movie make sense? Is it interesting enough to keep you watching? The concept is interesting, but the story falls flat, with all 3 acts failing to fully deliver on that premise. The second act in particular feels rushed and does not build on the tension and suspense established in the first 20 minutes. This movie feels like it should have been a short instead of a feature film. The story lost a lot of its momentum when they tried to explain the demon and its purpose. For story, Passenger only gets a 1 out of 2. Now the ensemble. Do you believe these characters? Does the cast have chemistry? The cast disappoints, failing to captivate at every step. The protagonists don't bring a lot to the table, never really establishing themselves. Their characterization is very minimal and doesn't allow for further human exploration. The supporting cast is non-existent, with their screen time having no real impact on the story. Even Melissa Leo, who plays the veteran van lifer and is capable of so much more, is completely wasted here. For ensemble, Passenger gets a big old 0 out of 2. Horror. Is it scary? Does it deliver the goods? The movie somewhat delivers on the blood and gore. We get a couple of fun kills, but unfortunately they use CG rather than practical effects. That doesn't totally take away from the kills, but it would have definitely added a nice touch of quality, especially since we don't get much. Aside from that, Øvredal's decision saves a few scenes from being completely forgettable. For horror, Passenger gets a 1 out of 2. And finally, legacy. Will anyone remember this movie 5 years from now? Does it leave a mark on the genre? Passenger looked great on the big screen, but failed to deliver an engaging experience. The director was firing on all cylinders, but it's hard to carry a movie with a poorly written story and a cast that never really connects with the audience. This felt like it should have been a VOD release where you could watch it in the comfort of your own home without worrying about spending money on a bad theater experience. For legacy, Passenger gets another 0 out of 2. So let's add it all up. Production, a 2. Story, a 1. Ensemble, a 0. Horror, a 1. And legacy, a 0. That gives Passenger a 4 out of 10. Yikes. Passenger had a cool concept, but it didn't know how to actually make it into a watchable movie. Skip the theater, wait for streaming. I'm Arturo Padilla, and remember, it's a scary world out there, but I am here to walk you through it. See you next time.